This is Cole Cavanting, and today our topic will be on welfare, and our claim is that the government should lift the 60-month limit on TANF, which is Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. And TANF, or Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, is the current form of monetary assistance that we have in the United States. TANF was put in place on July 1st, 1997, and it has a 60-month total limit that a person can receive cash benefits for the whole life. And basically by cash benefits, it's just like money to supplement your income of lower income families. And when I say it has a 60-month total limit, it's total for your whole life. You can only have combined 60 months of welfare in cash assistance for your entire life. And this is what people normally refer to as welfare when they say welfare. And this new form of welfare was an update to the AFDC, or Aid to Families with Dependent Children, which was the previous system of cash assistance welfare. And this form of welfare had no time limit on it. And now the reason that the time limit on welfare is an inherent problem is because, one, welfare keeps low-income families out of poverty, and the limit decreases the amount of time that they're allowed to receive supplement to their income. And a 60-month time limit on welfare mainly hurts children, single mothers, and families. And so since enacting TANF, or the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, according to the Center of Budget and Policy Priorities, in 2015, for every 100 families in poverty, only 23 received cash assistance from TANF, down from 68 families when TANF was first enacted. This TANF poverty ratio reached its lowest point in 2014 and remained there in 2015. So basically what this is saying is that since we added a 60-month time limit, the amount of families that we can continuously help supplement their incomes has dropped significantly since the AFDC, before there was a time limit, because after 60 months you can't receive any more welfare, whether or not your income is very low or not, or how many children you have. And another good fact about this is from the article, Where Do Our Federal Tax Dollars Go?, also from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. The quote says, "Such programs keep millions of people out of poverty each year," referring to welfare, TANF. A CBPP analysis using census supplemental poverty measures shows that government safety net programs keep some 38 million people out of poverty in calendar year 2014. Without any government income assistance, either from safety net programs or other income supports like Social Security, the poverty rate would have been 27.3% in 2014, nearly double the actual 15.3%. And these programs reduce the depth of poverty for millions more, even when not bringing them above the poverty line. Now basically, if we have 23, from the last fact, if we have 23 families that we can help on TANF when we used to have 68, that means if there was no time limit and we can continue to have those 68 families, then our poverty, the percentage of people in poverty that we would have would be significantly lower, because we're able to supplement the incomes of much more families. And now I want to also talk about how welfare mainly is there to help children, families, and single mothers. And there's always a misconception about the amount of people, or about the types of people that are on welfare. While there are 1.6 million families that are on welfare, and when I say families, I mean families. To qualify for TANF, it's a family thing, because it's to supplement your income based off your children and things like that. Compared to the amount of income you have, like relative to like the poverty line. And so a total of 1.6 million families, composed of 4.1 million recipients, received TANF funds or MO funded cash in March 2015. And now the bulk of these recipients were children. So 2.9 million of the 4.1 million people who receive welfare are children, because the people that they factor in include the families. And now the 60-month time limit on welfare is flawed, because it's meant to supplement the incomes of these families. And according to groundswell.org, the fact is blue-collar wages in America are simply not high enough to support workers in today's economy. The wages paid by many large employers are so low that their full-time employees are eligible for welfare. this also dispels the myth that most of the people who are on welfare are lazy or they don't have jobs, when actually there is a requirement. This is also from the same website, that in order to be qualified for welfare, you must work a certain hours, and it says most benefit programs require recipients to work in order to collect. Take temporary assistance for needy families. For example, single parent receiving this grant must work at least 30 hours per week in order to be eligible, and two-parent families must work between 35 and 50 hours a week to receive the benefits. And now the way the 60 limit thing factors into this is, like it said before, these blue-collar wages are not enough to support a whole family, and the TANF is meant to supplement the incomes to get these families out of poverty or out of this level of poverty that they're in, and at least make it a little better. And if after 60 months their time limit is up, then there's no way, they're not just gonna suddenly get a new job that pays more because their welfare is out. And now the way we could solve this problem is by getting rid of the 60-month time limit, and this will obviously need a little more monetary assistance, it would need more cash, but this will not be a problem because only $16.5 billion are proportioned over to temporary assistance for needy families, while we have a budget of $3.8 trillion, and that's not even 0.4 of 1% of our budget. So even if we were to have to double that, then that would only be 0.8% of our budget. And and talking about the amount of families that this would actually be helping, is there's not a high amount of families that actually reach their limit of welfare. According to a study in the journal Welfare Times, Limit State Policies and Implementation and Effects on Families by Dan Bloom, nationally only about 231,000 families have actually reached their time limit, and 93,000 families have had their welfare case closed, and 38,000 have had their benefits reduced. Now, we wouldn't have to even double the budget, because if only about 15% of the people who are on these benefits actually reach the limit, then we wouldn't have to double it. We wouldn't have to continuously add that much money. But we still need to be able to help those families, and that is our claim on why that we should get rid of the 60-month time limit on welfare.
The applause is excellent. Thank you for being supportive of your classmates. Why don't you save it until the end of the debate and then give everybody a big round of applause. Thank you.